Hey folks, this is Don Grace. I wanted to take a moment to talk about an article I saw in MarketWatch that really impacted me. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to share my screen and talk about an article I read just this week in MarketWatch that was very, very impactful. It looked at a widow, and it says, and I quote, this is how the article started: "I will work until I die. I'm 74, have saved money, little money, have little money saved, and I'm battling medical issues. I want to retire so I can have a few years to enjoy life." So a few things about the article that were shared and a few things I'm going to extrapolate or interpret myself. Well, we know she's 74 and she owns a condo. Now, I'm going to put a value of $350,000 on the condo. The article said she's got a mortgage of $56,000 left on it. It did not say how much she owed. So I'm going to say a principal and interest payment of $750. She's got a car of $8,000. That's what the article said. And let's say it's got about $400 a month payment on that. So here, this lady, she says, I want to retire so I can have a few years to enjoy life. Here's what got me. Is there anyone who can help me? Because if not, I will work until I die. My life has been nothing but misery of working and worrying. If I can pay my taxes and bills, I never thought I would end up at 74 and still need to work. Now, certainly, she's not reflective of everybody, but she's reflective of some people, even if it's not this dramatic. So the MarketWatch article, they say, well, check your benefits, see what you can get in health insurance, talk to a financial advisor who understands. And then here's the paragraph they wrote. They said, now take stock of all your assets. What would happen if you paid off your condo? Do you plan to live there the rest of your life? Is it too big? Excellent. Have you considered downsizing? Excellent suggestion. Maybe find a less expensive car. And so all of these are fantastic suggestions. I just wondered why they didn't consider the power of housing wealth or reverse mortgages for her particular situation. Now, by way of reminder, the reverse mortgage is a federally insured loan for those aged 62 or better that allows them to convert a portion of their home's value and turn it into tax-free dollars. Without having to make a monthly payment, you do not give up ownership or come off title. Now, the amount of money you're able to receive is based on three things, this triangle. Number one, the age of the youngest borrower. I'm going to make her 75 because she'll probably be that age by the time we finish. Number two, it's based off the value of the home, $350,000. And the third thing is based off what's called the expected interest rate. This is what HUD uses to kind of look out and say, what do we think the interest rate will be over time, and kind of give a net present value to determine the net benefit amount. So how much money are going to be made available today? So 75-year-old, $350,000 home, expected interest rate. Her benefit amount from the reverse mortgage is $135,200. Now, a reverse mortgage must be a first mortgage. So the first thing we're going to do is going to pay off the $56,000 she owes. And when we subtract that, we have $79,200 remaining. Do you see that? Where's my annotation tool? Let me get my annotation tool here. You see there's $79,200, and that's a Glock, a GLOC, a Glock. Not a police issued firearm, but a growing line of credit, So what did this reverse mortgage conversation help her to do? Well, the benefit number one is she gets rid of a mandatory monthly mortgage payment. I'm saying $750. Isn't that a great question to ask your clients? Listen, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I see that you're already making a mortgage payment. They nod their head yes. I'm curious, if you had a choice, would you rather that payment be mandatory or voluntary? What would you choose? They're going to look at you like you got two heads. Duh. Voluntary, of course. And then you can help them. So we get rid of her $750 a month payment. Of the $79,000 she had left over in her reverse mortgage line of credit, she paid off her car. That frees up that monthly car payment. So liberated dollars or $1,150. We just created $1,050 a month. Plus she's getting Social Security. Will that be enough for her to retire or quit working? I don't know. But we also have a line of credit left over, a reverse mortgage line of credit. Now watch this. This is very, very important. Here you see three columns, columns A, B, and C, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. The line of credit, $71,200. It was $78,200, but she took out some money to pay off her car. I think $79,200, and she took out some money to pay off her car. So we have $71,200. A reverse mortgage is a Glock. It has a growing line of credit. The $71,200, the unused portion of it in this projection, has grown to $100,000 at 80, $139,000, almost $200,000 15 years later. However, it also has columns B and C and D and E. Convertibility. What does that mean? That means at 75, if she says, Don, I'd like to not have the money in a growing line of credit. I want to turn it into a monthly payment. How much could I get? She can get $492 a month. So remember, we've liberated $1,150. We can add a monthly payment of $492 here. How much is that? $1,600 plus, something like that. Well, now we've given her some freedom and flexibility. 4 things advisors must know if you're dealing with the retirement community. Number 1, you need to know a few core housing wealth strategies. There are 52 named reverse mortgage strategies that I teach. 52. You need to know a few core of those. Number 2, you need to be able to identify clients who may benefit. The client who was living in a $4.5 million home down at the Jersey Shore got a reverse mortgage. A lady who lived in a $45,000 home in Philadelphia got a reverse mortgage. The clients that benefit are wide and varied. Number 3, you need to know how to introduce the subject matter. You mentioned reverse mortgage at the barbecue. What happened? What happened? Last family gathering. Someone says, I'm thinking about getting a reverse mortgage for mama. 3 people left the table. Your Aunt Janie made a shank out of a plastic knife and fork and came after you. It got dangerous. How do you introduce the subject matter? Well, I've got about 26 questions that I teach advisors on how to introduce it to their clients. And finally, when and to whom to pass the baton. When and to whom to pass the baton. This is a women's 4x100 relay baton, right? And so you as the advisor, I don't want you talking about reverse mortgages because you're going to say something that's probably outdated. And even though you're smart, you're gifted, I understand that. See, you perform cardiothoracic surgery. I do hip replacement, right? It's 2 different disciplines. So when and to whom to pass the baton. When you have a client, as you go through our training with us, and you begin to learn some of the strategies, and you say, Don, I've got clients who want to increase their cash flow, reduce their risks, preserve assets, and improve or increase their liquidity, or even add new dollars back into their retirement savings. Those 5 things, then it's time to do what? Pass the baton. Now, I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to put some information in the link above or the description below, wherever it is. I want you to get on there. Now, if you've got a client, I teach a master class. I want you to put your client in there and use our team to be able to serve your needs. All right, this is Don Graves. It's been fantastic. I have to go. Bye now.